Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on the planet. My name is Anthony Carter. I'm the host, producer, creative genius, madman behind a movement titled That Plant Life, a movement dedicated to supporting Black men 40 to 60 who are committed to combating hypertension without the use of medication and the addition of a whole food plant based lifestyle. Let me say that once again for the cheap seats in the back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good evening, wherever you are on the planet. My name is Anthony Carter. I am the host, producer, creative genius, madman, and brilliant mind behind a movement entitled That Plant Life, a movement dedicated to supporting Black men 40 to 60 who are committed to combating hypertension without the use of medication and the addition of a whole food plant based lifestyle. Welcome, come on in, get seated. I've got some juicy stuff for you this week. Well, the title of my talk this week is Unlocking Excellence: Three Essential Traits of a Great Coach. Unlocking Excellence. Three essential traits of an excellent coach. Now, as many of you know, I have spent a great deal of time and money in coaching programs, being coached, right? Paying money, thousands of dollars, even paying sometimes where it was kind of between, but do I pay for a coach or do I eat or do I eat a little less this week? What do I need to do to make that happen? Many times I made the executive decision, as they say, to pay for the coaching, right? And figure out the food part later. Now, I have spent thousands, probably, I would say in excess of 10 grand, right? Trying to find the perfect coach, trying to find someone I could listen to, trying to find someone who'd been down the path I was trotting down, trying to find someone who would offer me some insight, right? Some guidance, some pointers on what to avoid, what not to do, what I could do, what I shouldn't do, trying to find someone who could see things I couldn't see, right? So, in all my travels and doing this, and I've been doing this almost 30 years, three things really stuck out, right? Or stick out, right? And I want to talk about three people in particular, three wonderful coaches I've had the very great fortune of inviting into my life and setting my life up in a way that our paths actually crossed, right? And the three things that kept popping up that all three of them possess in spades, right? So it's three different things. The first thing they all possessed was a proven process to get certain results, right? To get particular results. What I didn't know when I was spending these tens of thousands of dollars meeting different people was I was looking for a process to guarantee me some results. You're paying for results, right? You're paying because you want something to happen, right? You go to a restaurant, you pay to eat. You don't just, fill her up and hope for the best. You want a particular result. You don't want to be hungry anymore. You want great food, whatever the reason is. We want results. We want to pay for results. So all three of these people were really great in providing a process I could follow with or without them, right? And that's the first thing you want to look for. So, for example, with the wonderful Colette Duvall, she was an acting coach I studied with for 5 years. Way back, we met in 1998. I stayed with her for 5 years until 2003. Now, let me tell you how wonderful she is. The things that she taught me, right, as an acting student, as an acting coach on her end, are things I still remember, I still use. Now, this is how you know you have a wonderful coach. Even after we stopped working together, right? She moved out to LA. I stayed in New York. I moved out to LA some years later. Even after she moved out of New York and we stopped working together, I could still go on different interviews, different auditions, and nail it, right? And if I didn't get the job or didn't get the role, it wasn't because I was not prepared. So a great coach will give you a system so that you don't necessarily need them around, right? You want some guidance. They're there when you need them, but you won't necessarily need them to move forward in your life and in whatever it is you're trying to do. And this great acting coach, Colette Duvall, gave me these tips and this training where I could go into any situation and execute back to back to back, right? I could do it now. If somebody called me right now and said, hey, come audition for this role or this play or this movie, I have total confidence I could go in there with something. They may not like it, they may want something else. They may have somebody else in mind. I may be too old, I may be too young, I may be too tall, but it's not because I'm not prepared. And working with her allowed me to do that, right? It allowed me to go in and nail audition after audition and be prepared. So I learned, so if somebody needs me to cry on cue, I can do that. They need me to laugh on cue, I can do that. They need me to have a meltdown, they need me to go psychotic. That all came from that training. So thanks, Auntie Colette. Next up is my wonderful coach that I met when I moved to LA, when I first moved to LA. Coach Mike Pointer, who runs a company called Hey, I Saw Your Commercial. He helps people land and book commercials and TV shows and that type of thing. Now, the reason he was so wonderful, once again, because of his proven process, once I started working with him and once I wrapped up with him, I went on all these auditions, right? And no matter what they threw at me, I could handle it. And that was because of his tutelage, right? It didn't matter if I had to act with a kid, if I had to act on a camera, if I had to act with 10 other people in one scene, if I had to do 100 backflips, which I never had to do. But if I had to do 100 backflips, I was prepared to do that, right? There was nothing they could throw at me that I couldn't do. So those are two examples of a proven process that gets results, right? Second thing we're looking for, the second essential second essential trait we're looking for. Does your coach have any curiosity when you're working with people? These people that were paying all this money, you want a coach who has some curiosity, who is interested in something other than their career, who's interested in something other than, if they're an actor, an actress, booking the next gig. Are they interested in the world, how the world is going, what's going on the planet? Do they have any other interests outside of themselves and what they can get from the world? Are they looking for how they can learn more, how they can grow more? Do they read? Are they taking classes? Are they growing in their craft? Coach Mike Pointer, once again out of LA, from Hey, I Saw Your Commercial, was always looking for an angle, right? In a good way, always looking for a way to be a better coach. At one point, we were in a class, and somebody mentioned she was taking a belly dancing class and pole dancing class, and because of that, she was able to do certain things in terms of she was more comfortable with her body. She was able to book certain roles. He was able to get in shape quicker, right? That was something that was of interest to him that he brought back to us in the class, right? Another thing, he figured out tech wise how to make his students and himself stand out in a sea of thousands of actors and actresses in and around LA, right? We were all in this giant queue. He figured out how to work the algorithm and the tech so that we would stand out more. That's curiosity. That's the kind of person you want to coach with, and that's the kind of person you want to work with. Okay, here's the final one, and I saved my the sublime Lisa A. Smith from the Black Health Academy, which is located in my hometown of Detroit, Michigan. Go Motown. So Lisa A. Smith, here's the last essential trait that Lisa A. Smith that she has in spades, and I saved her for last because of this reason. When you're looking for a coach, the tips they give you should be able to move you forward in every area of your life. It should spill over, right? The tips they give you, the tips that Lisa gave me, right? The training that she did with me. She is a health coach and a business coach. She was the one that showed me how to get off the salt, oil, and sugar. It's the reason I dropped 20 or 30 points in my blood pressure and was able to get off the medication. It's the reason I cook differently now. It's the reason I've been whole food plant based now for 4 years, really strongly for two, right? I found it through my mom and my sister. Now, because of her training, because of her tutelage, because of her coaching, I took all of that and it has now affected every area of my life. What does that mean? This is what it means for me. This is what it can mean for you too, my dear listener. When you have a really great coach, the things they're giving you, the way they're coaching you, your whole life should be impacted. Your whole life should improve. You should be able to take whatever they're giving you and become a better human being, not just a better coach, not just a better actor, not just a better writer, but a better human being who's being a better human being on the planet and for the planet. So I'm going to wrap up with that. Those are the three essential traits of a great coach, and that's how you unlock excellence. If you like to work with me, feel free. There is a link on the bottom for my Calendly um, folks who want to sign up and receive a free consultation from me. 30 minutes free consultation, folks, Thursday and Friday evenings. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to wrap up here. Um, Keep this in mind. Take care of yourself. Take care of those that love you, and let those who love you take care of you. Get some plants on that plate, and by golly, eat like you got some sense. My name is Anthony Carter. I'm the host, producer, creative genius, madman, and brilliant mind behind a movement entitled That Plant Life, a movement dedicated to supporting Black men 40 to 60 who are committed to combating hypertension without the use of medication and the addition of a whole food plant based lifestyle. Let me say that one more time for the cheap seats in the back. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are on the planet. My name is Anthony Carter. I am the host, producer, creative genius, madman, and brilliant mind behind a movement entitled That Plant Life, a movement dedicated to supporting Black men 40 to 60 who are committed to combating hypertension without the use of medication and the addition of a whole food plant based lifestyle. Take care of yourself. I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.